And I want to tell you now, and all our viewers, even our brother from London, we know very well about the case of the Catholic University Institute of Buea. That case is not finished. We are still in court. We know very well about the case of the associations. It's not finished. It has been dismissed. It went to the court, but it has been dismissed. But the case is still ongoing in Rome. And I want to use this opportunity, you can quote me anywhere, to let you know that when I asked my priest, who was the president of the Catholic University Institute of Buea, CUIB, Father George Nkeze, when I asked him to come back and I gave him an appointment, and he was expected back in this diocese, when the period reached for him to return, he did not return. And as he did not return, I communicated with the Diocese of Phoenix, and his faculties were suspended. His faculties were suspended, which means that he cannot preside at any public mass, he cannot concelebrate, and he cannot celebrate any of the sacraments. It's good for that point to be clear. And what I would have done, which means that at the level of the US, he cannot celebrate where he was at that time, in that diocese. And you cannot go to another diocese to celebrate again if I don't give you a letter of good standing. And I have not given that letter of good standing. And that is why he cannot celebrate any public mass, he cannot preside, he cannot concelebrate. And that is why he cannot even preach at any mass, he cannot also administer the sacraments. And what I would have done as a follow-up, which I did not do, was that I would have also written to suspend his faculties. Why did I not write to suspend his faculties? Because when they have suspended his faculties in the US, what happened? He wrote against me to Rome and gave points that according to him, I should not be Bishop of Buea, and that Rome should ask me to resign. And if your priest writes against you to Rome with points against you and documentations to support the points that he thinks that you should resign as the Bishop of Buea, then you go again and you suspend his faculty, you are a mad person. Yes, because he has raised a complaint to a higher authority. And as he has raised a complaint to a higher authority, I cannot go ahead and suspend him, because whether I suspend him or not, he cannot celebrate the sacrifice of the Mass. So I am waiting for the case to be finished in Rome. When the case is finished in Rome, then I'll know what I'll do next. If Rome asks me to resign, I will resign. If Rome doesn't ask me to resign, then I'm still the Bishop of Buea, then I'll know what actions to take. But to let our listener in the UK and others who are following us know that he was suspended in the Diocese of Phoenix from the last day that I gave him to return here and take up his assignment in support, in small support. As he did not come that very day, he was suspended from ministry. The second case are two of my brothers that I've suspended, and my letter was very clear. This priest is supposed to work in the Diocese of Charlotte. The contract agreement was between 3 to 5 years. Both of them are between 7 to 8 years. So it's long overdue. And I've spoken to them. I've been to Charlotte myself. Of course, they've shown resistance. They don't want to come back. They want to remain out there. They want to work in other dioceses out there. Buea Diocese is no more home for them. You cannot work in Buea. I said, I have me no problem. canon law says, as you are incardinated to one diocese, if you want to excardinate to another diocese, the bishop where you want to go should write to your bishop requesting that he wants to take you. And when he writes, then your bishop will accept. And if he doesn't accept, and this period of time passes, the other bishop has a right to take you. As of now, the Diocese of Charlotte, we are clear with the Bishop of Charlotte, any fide donum priest from Buea working in Charlotte can never be incardinated in the Diocese of Charlotte, because it will spoil our partner relationship. But I've told the priest, I said, if you think that you cannot work again in Buea, you went there as fide donum, come back to Buea to finish your fide donumship. Take up an appointment from me, follow canon law, and bring me the bishop that wants you. We'll work together for you to go and work in that diocese. I will never, and I will not excardinate any priest from my diocese to another diocese when the priest is not based in the diocese. And that's a matter of discipline. Because you do that to one, it means that all fide donum priests now will go, and you will never have them again in the diocese. So the best thing is either we should stop sending them to America, or what should we do? And with these cases, the Bishop of Charlotte had given him a deadline that I want my priest from Charlotte to come back. Send the 2 priests to me. I am sending you 2 other priests to come and take their place. And the bishop wrote to them and said, from this day and this day, you have nothing to do in the Diocese of Charlotte again as fide donum. Go back and meet your bishop. I worked with the bishop, and I have already sent the 2 priests I was to send to go and take over from them. They have already gone. They just finished their retreat last week, so I'm sure they'll be appointing them any of the days ahead, depending on the bishop. And I gave an appointment on the 1st of September for the 2 priests who did not come. And as they did not come, I communicated with the Diocese of Charlotte. My priests were with you. I asked them to come. This is the 1st of September. My chancellor and all the rest, vicars for clergy, they have gone for handing over. The priests are not there. Why are you keeping my priests? They wrote to me and said, we are not keeping your priests. We asked them to leave. And 3 days after, they suspended them from exercising ministry in Charlotte, just as Father Nkezetu was suspended. I waited for 1 month, and I've not seen them, and that's why I have suspended them. Which means that even if they come to Cameroon now, they will not do all what I've asked them not to do till we discuss. And I didn't give them time limit. I didn't tell them 1 month, or 6 months, or 1 year, or 5 years. If they come today and they decide to go and take up their appointment, either where I appointed them or in a new place that I want to send them, I'll write another letter giving them their faculties to go and do their work. So there's no big fish and there's no small fish. There are no untouchables in the Diocese of Buea. Even the bishop is not untouchable. Because if the bishop doesn't act according to the mind of the church, the Holy Father has a right to replace me. If the Holy Father asked me to resign today, I just pack my few boxes and the rest, I'm gone. We have a house in Meta Quarters. I go and stay in my mother's compound. Yeah, so nobody's untouchable, even the bishop. I'm not untouchable. Whatever I do according to the mind of the church, not according to the Michael Bibi, no. And I think that point has to be very clear. I hope I've explained it enough to our brother who called from the UK. If you are not satisfied, you are always free to go to DMR TV and ask them for my number or email, and I can explain more things to you. Thank you.